secretive organization known as Anonymous, a loose-knit group of computer hackers who came to the defense of WikiLeaks and got the attention of law enforcement in the process. They are young and stealthy, and they are potential giant killers.
Anonymous hacker activists have basically got together and are exacting revenge for what they see as attacks on WikiLeaks, and they're targeting a number of corporations that have cut off their ties with WikiLeaks.
So they see themselves as protesters. Essentially that the government can't prevent you or I from talking openly. They interpret it much more broadly. They believe that everybody has an inalienable right to say whatever they want on any forum whatsoever.
Out today, this group of computer hackers are apparently threatening cyber war over this WikiLeaks case. What do you know about that?
Yeah, NBC is reporting that Anonymous, it's a group we've heard of before, is threatening new attacks not only on U.S. corporations, but also on some of the government officials.
Number one story, MasterCard announced Monday it would no longer process payments to WikiLeaks. This morning, internet activists crashed its website. This afternoon, Visa.com crashed. Tonight, Twitter might be next. It suspended an Operation Payback account. The group calling itself Anonymous has been waging Operation Payback for a few months now. The group says it is dedicated to a, quote, anonymous, decentralized movement that fights against censorship and copy wrong.
Well, officials have confirmed that at least 41 Malaysian government websites had been hacked overnight. This follows a threat by hacker group Anonymous to punish the authorities for internet censorship. Officials say that 51 websites were hit and at least 41 of them were disrupted in these attacks.
Targets like HB Gary, a major cybersecurity firm some U.S. government agencies rely on to keep their computers safe. Last month, HB Gary boasted it would expose Anonymous. The response was swift. Anonymous took down their website, stole thousands of emails, and posted them on the internet. The CEO resigned. Anonymous is credited with bringing down government websites in Tunisia, Egypt, and Libya. And now it's made new threats against companies and government officials complicit in what it views as the mistreatment of Bradley Manning, the Army private accused of leaking to WikiLeaks.
Anonymous is powerful enough that it's certainly struck fear into the hearts of some of the biggest technology companies, the biggest companies in the whole world.
Our own Justice Department doesn't take any action against these guys. It's been 3 years since the debacle in Wall Street that caused our economic collapse. And where's Washington? Where's Washington? They haven't done a damn thing. But look, what you're looking at here, in combination of all these things, is a new model on how to fight back. You have to take action into your hands. Direct, peaceful resistance.
We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. You could be in a lot of trouble. Now, people have figured out that you can hit the powerful where it counts in their pocketbooks. The same thing happened in Egypt, where Mubarak only stepped down after the labor strikes began. And then there's the national and international movement against the power establishment. The group Anonymous recently released this video warning the global banking systems.
We are a decentralized, non-violent resistance movement which seeks to restore the rule of law and fight back against the organized criminal class.
Now that's a little spooky, but I liked it. And apparently they came armed with documents, which we're going to tell you about in a second. But look, what I like is peaceful resistance.
However, they can't just randomly launch an attack. And in order to do it, you have to go on this IRC chat. Anyone can suggest a target. That person then has to make a compelling case for the target, and then whoever happens to be, it's a quorum of whoever happens to be awake, can vote up or down on this target. So if somebody has not made a compelling enough case, enough people may pull their computers off of this voluntary botnet that the attack might not be nearly as effective. So it is, in fact, an amazing kind of Athenian democracy. If you forget sort of the ethics of what they're doing, place that to one side, what they've achieved is sort of this set of checks and balances that agrees in a very fluid way on what the target is.
This is the new model of fighting back against the establishment and against corporate power. Don't wait for your knight in shining armor to show up from DC. The bad news is he ain't coming. The good news is it turns out you're the knight in shining armor.
I believe that Gandhi's views were the most enlightened of all the political men in our time. We should strive to do things in his spirit, not to use violence in fighting for our cause, but by non-participation in anything you believe is evil.
What's next? What's next is all they can do is shut down the internet itself. And we see how that went for them in Egypt. And we the people know that when the government shuts down the internet, that's when it's time to shut down the government. We are Anonymous. We are Legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us. And now, you can expect a whole lot more.
Today we are initiating the beginning of a system of events we will simply refer to as the Plan. The Plan will commence upon this 15th day of June, 2011, and will continue for approximately 1 year, in the course of 3 separate phases. Phase 1 begins now. In this time, you are encouraged to educate yourselves on the injustices occurring in this world. Seek out violations of freedom and human rights. Become familiar with the corruption within your system. Discover the enemy of true freedom. Discover the oppressors. The most important step of Phase 1 is to spread this message by sharing this video and those that preceded it. Make your own films or videos, artwork, music, literature resonate the voice of freedom and justice through your own creativity and bring others to this movement. Street artists, you have the ability to reach millions with your art and message in your own populated centers. Your canvas is there, my friends. Begin your work. Write the tales of oppression and injustice in your blogs. Tell the world how we can for once break free from this system of enslavement. Depict the images of freedom and truth through your art and film. Spread the message of the plan with your graffiti. Share this message with the world and bring them to stand amongst us as we rise up from the ashes of the downtrodden and unprivileged. Tell the elite we are here, and we are coming for them. Spread the message through blogs, social networking and video diaries. Remember, words offer means to meanings and the enunciation of the truth. Let the truth be heard. Educate yourselves in ways of becoming more self-sufficient. Learn and acquire the tools to free yourself from the system. Invest more heavily in precious metals rather than stocks, paper fiat currencies, or other products of the financial establishment. Discover your green thumb and appreciate your ability to grow your own produce. The sky is the limit, and the only barrier is your own reliance on a system that thrives on your dependence. Hackers within Anonymous begin selecting low-priority targets that have violated freedoms both in the online realm and the offline realm as well. Stand guard to our friends taking their stance in the world and ensure they are supported in any means necessary. As always, remain vigilant. We must all learn to walk the walk, if you will. We can all tell tales of grandeur and extravagance. It is time we start becoming our own legends. It is time we start bettering ourselves first, so that we may focus on the greater challenge at hand with intelligence and confidence. As of this 15th day of June, 2011, we are pleased to bring you the beginnings of a web platform for us all to meet and converse. To share ideas and recommendations over the course of the next year and the 3 phases that will be unfolding. If you feel, as we feel, and have found something inside you pushing you toward acting upon the plan, go there and become an active member. Educate yourself and share your thoughts and ideas with others so that you may help others on this same journey. Continue to spread this video by all possible venues, and ensure we are all doing our part to bring the same opportunity to all that we can. Together, we can make a difference. Together we can accomplish something real. Phase 2 will be initiated in approximately 5 months. Continue the efforts, and the focus of Phase 2 will be presented when that time comes. We expect there will be large numbers of people participating in the plan by that point. We will prevail. So if you've seen nothing, if the crimes of these governments remain unknown to you, then we would suggest you allow this year to pass unmarked. But if you see what we see, if you feel as we feel, and if you would seek as we seek, then you too are anonymous. Stand beside us this year as we execute the plan. And together we shall give them a year that shall never, ever be forgot. We are anonymous. United as one. Divided by zero. Phase 1. Initiated. The resistance is here.
Why won't you die? Beneath this mask there is more than flesh. Beneath this mask there is an idea, Mr. Creedy. And ideas are bulletproof.